Hey everyone, welcome to part 20, where I'm almost done with this campaign. So here I besiege Julii city. In Capo I begin to train more cavalry, since that's what I need at the moment. And three large Julii armies are descending close to Rome, so there is one army that I need to retrain. So I send it back to Capua, begin retraining. Gotta move some units around at first. And what I really hope to right now is, instead of fighting off the Julii armies even by one, what I really want to do is just go around them, or perhaps get another army and go from northern Italy, northeastern to be more specific, and start taking out the Julii cities. After that, I'm pretty sure they'll start besieging my cities, at which that is fine, because I plan to have the cities well fortified, and when they attack me, they'll be easily taken care of. Meanwhile, I will have other armies taking their cities. So far, that's my strategy. That's what I hope will work right now, and we'll just have to see. Only need a little bit more cities. I think I'll just attack Thrace. I'll start creating armies around here. Same thing with Bilazora. And another thing about Thrace is, even though they've been pretty peaceful this whole entire game, the only problem is the Britons have a huge empire. And so if I just leave Thrace alone in any other province, they're definitely going to get taken over by the Britons, which their empire most likely lasts from all the way from Britain to maybe even the Black Sea. I don't know, but I know for sure they're already on my borders, especially near Italy. So meanwhile, I'm just doing what I was doing a lot before. Moving armies, combining soldiers, and shipping them over. The Julii continue to besiege me. Perhaps I'm going to use this army to attack the Julii once they attack the city and take it. Because obviously I can't hold it with just three weak phalanxes. Here the Julii besiege me. I'll have the battle not fought for me, and apparently I lost this battle. I don't know, I think it's kind of favorable, even though I killed a bunch of the armies in that battle. I taken out one Julii army, then the other one taken me out. It was bigger and it came on my flank, so that is what happened. Now, because all of Sicily, which is this little island with three cities, is mine, I could finally begin creating armies and transporting the current one at Messana over to Europe. Perhaps by ships I will carry it into northwestern Italy, where currently nothing is taking place. And the Julii are still around Rome, and they're still not besieging it. Which is quite good, since I found a little gap right here through which my armies just slip through, and will attack a different Julii city than the one I previously planned. And we'll back up this army of levy pikemen with some mercenaries and cavalry. I don't expect them to do too well on their own, so I'm most likely going to have to fight all the battles they come across. Once, of course, I think they can win easily. And here's a huge army of the Britons already in my province. God, I hate those guys. They kind of remind me of the Egyptians, which, if you don't play the Seleucids, the Egyptians usually spread out and wide, and with their cavalry units they just kill off whoever comes on their path, so they just end up creating a huge empire and killing off all their neighbors very quickly, like the Seleucids especially. For the Britons, they always kill off the Germans pretty quick, or Germania. So the army has finally landed, or the general army. City expands. So Dawn, for such a long time, this little city was just small, and here's a Parthian general with a small army. This guy is no threat. He's probably just trying to get back to the last Parthian province. Not even gonna bother touching them. Just gonna kill time. And I kind of already really want to finish this campaign since it's my first one, and I'm very close to being done. Athens has finally built a better stable, or a hippodrome, whatever they call them. So they're gonna start creating cataphracts. The rest of the cities will begin creating more phalanx units. So the situation around Rome is pretty tense. I have no idea if the Julii will attack or when they will. So once again, I'll just take another army, send to the woods to the northwest. Hopefully the Julii won't see them, as it'll be sort of an ambush, and the other armies will move from the city, and I will just take them out from there. Meanwhile, I have to retreat with one army in the north. And the Numidians are moving closer to my border with a large army, so I think this means it's an attack. Either way, if they manage to even come and take one of my cities, I think it'll be very easy to hold. The Numidians are not the best faction. They are much like Parthia or Pontus, who have fine units, but instead they prefer to use those crappy Eastern infantry-like units. Desert Spearmen they're called. Meanwhile, this army here is going to be surrounded and killed off pretty soon, so I might as well make off the best of this. I'm going to place this army near a bridge. This way, whenever the Romans decide to attack, I think I'll have a chance to kill off a bunch of their units before they actually destroy the army. Meanwhile, Patavium is going to retrain a whole bunch of units, prepare them to attack either Roman city or their army. And it looks like they have a lot more armies than I do out in Italy, so winning this campaign at the moment, especially with fighting in Julii, might take a lot longer than expected. Instead of fighting one army, I advanced it ahead. However you pronounce the city, I besieged this. The army with all the levy pikemen, which took forever to get here, has defeated them, and is also going to help besiege the city, even though they just suffered a bunch of losses, most likely due to their weakness. And Jerusalem can finally begin training legionnaires. And I'm just going to create a few along with a fleet around here, so when I do create the legionnaires I can ship them over here. That's of course if I don't destroy this whole area by the time they get here. So far what has really helped me is the Julii's slow reaction. Basically what I'm trying to say is, of all the cities I started capturing, they reacted very slowly. And right now, even though they have huge armies, and a lot of them in northern and central Italy, they're acting very slow. Around Rome, for example, they don't even besiege the city, so that has helped me a lot. Other than that, it's basically just my tactics that helped me get this far.